winter morning, in the time before the light. In flames of death, eternal rain, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness is falling down, and the times are tough, alright. The sound of evil laughter falls around the world tonight. Fighting hard, fighting on for the steel, through the wastelands evermore. The scattered souls will feel the hell that's wasted on the shores. On the blackest blazing, that's the rain, we watch the rest they go. In the fire of pain, and once again we go. So now we fly, yeah, we're free before the thunderstorm. On towards the wilderness, across carrying storm. Far beyond the sundown, far beyond the moonlight. Deep inside our hearts and all our souls. So far away, we wait for the day, yeah. For the night's all so wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on.
Hello everybody, this is Lord of the Flame 1000 again, and today with me I have Renegade 67, and we're going to be doing our first co-op review.
Would you call this a review?
No, I wouldn't actually. We're going to be doing our first co-op video, that's what I should have said.
Yay! Co-op videos.
Okay.
Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. This is Renegade 67, and this is Lord of the Flames. A lot of people on my channel probably have never heard of him. Well, no, he comments on my channel. So if you look at my channel comments, which probably half of you don't, and probably half of you don't even care, yeah.
Who
This
cares
guy.
in this world?
Huh?
But anyways, yeah, so we're going to be doing a video today. You probably already know because of the title. It's what we would like to see in One Piece, the anime, or manga. So I'm going to start off this video, and by what we'd like to see, this doesn't necessarily mean it's something that has to happen, or else we won't like it anymore, or this isn't something that's, you know, definitely going to happen, like Raftel or something. This is just stuff that would personally amuse us.
Oh. Also, if it has already happened, and you're like up to date or something, don't say it. Jeez. Spoiling crazy people.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll start it off. I would like to see the first thing I would like to see in One Piece is swashbuckling. If you don't know what I mean by that, think of the Thriller Bark arc where Brook and his shadow are fighting in the zombie Ryuma,
Yeah.
and they're doing that back and forth stuff you see in a lot of Robin Hood movies. And you see it a little bit in Old England movies, I believe. And there's a lot of pirate movies with it, too, including Pirates of the Caribbean. But up to that point, there wasn't really any swashbuckling in One Piece. It was usually just Zorro blowing the enemies away or fighting them. It really, I guess there was a little bit at Baratier when he fought Mihawk. But I would like to see a lot of that, and not just with swords. I'd like to see that with everyone, a lot of back and forth stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And pacing around. I don't know, I just find swashbuckling cool. So yeah, Renegade, what would you like to see in One Piece?
I would like to see Zorro get upgraded sword, or swords, whatever. Like, a mechanical type sword, maybe from Usopp, I don't know. It'd be like crazy. I mean, I know he already has 3 swords and stuff, and he's obviously probably never going to lose the white one, but maybe one of the other 2, I don't know. And then you get like a machine type sword. It'd be like all mechanical, it'd be crazy, I don't know. It'd be kind of like a copy of other stuff, but I don't know. I just think it'd be cool.
Yeah, it might be cool. I can't see Zorro accepting another sword, or a sword that's not just a plain old katana. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure like some kind of crazy situation could happen where it's like, huh? Oh, okay, I guess I have to use this or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I would like to see in One Piece is more references to culture. Now, there's a ton of it in One Piece, and a lot of it is, however the person perceives it. But I would like to see something that, and there are things, but I would like to see something that just sticks out as something that is talking about today's culture. Like a famous person that everybody likes on film. Because they just introduced that there can be film. And, just this famous person everyone knows about. They do have a clothing brand called Visoki Panda. I just think it would be cool to see, these actors that everyone's talking about and these things. Because, for the most part, the only famous thing in the One Piece world are criminals. It's no one, necessarily good for the society. It's all the bad people that are famous. Which that does make sense, too. And I would also, staying on the culture subject, I would like to learn how the world has changed from the public's perspective from the normal people side. From the side the world government's willing to tell.
Oh,
Not
wow.
the side that Robin's going to discover, because that's obviously going to be coming into play.
Yeah, I've been interested in that for a while, the blank century that they've been talking about before. That made me a little interested, maybe those naval officers or whatever, maybe the high ups aren't so noble. Are you done with your point?
Yeah, I'm done with my point. Go to yours. Go to yours.
For those who are unaware, at a certain point, a certain boat in One Piece, apparently has emotions and stuff, and it has a funeral, and everyone's sad about it, and it's pretty crazy. And when thinking back on it, that's really weird. But it'd be cool if all the boats, or at least a lot more of the boats in One Piece, had emotions. If the Going Sunny had emotions, and it'd be crazy. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of interesting, and it would make more of an attachment for people in their boats. They could learn a thing or two from that other boat.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to see at least Sunny get that same kind of treatment that Mary did.
Except he doesn't die.
Yeah, but I mean this ship has a soul to it. The Clobber Tallman, remember that little ghost thing from Skypiea that showed up? Of course, Usopp, being the closest member, was the only one that ever saw it. I wonder if one of those would get on top of Sunny too. Apparently, it already is because apparently the Sunny has Mary's soul, but we haven't seen proof of that.
So your next point?
Okay. I would like to see more pirate stuff in One Piece. Now, anyone that's with at least the American Shonen Jump translation will know they fit in quite a bit of pirate slang in there, like sea rats, bilge water, anything that would seem kind of Caribbean or those kind of pirates. And that's fine, but I would like to see a buried treasure. I remember Buggy was looking for one, but I want to see the Straw Hats pick up a treasure map and go look for buried treasure. There was a treasure hunt on Skypiea, but I don't know, that was different for some reason to me. I want to see more pirate stuff.
Pretty much the whole One Piece is like one big treasure hunt, but in the end, it could just turn out to be something corny like the true power of friendship, or no, I doubt it.
Oh, if it's a moral on the chest, I'm going to be so... those Straw Hats better get paid. So yeah, that's my point.
Uh-huh. Okay, for me, number 3 would have to be having a Davy back fight with Crocodile. Like the Straw Hats versus, whatever you'd call Crocodile's little group. I don't know, their abilities seem nifty, and I think it'd be kind of cool to see them having a Davy back fight. I don't know.
Well, if they do, it would have to be extremely different from the one they had with Foxy. And who would be the challenger?
I don't know.
I guess it'd be
Have a damn
Crocodile.
cockfight.
And you know, that would be cool, but I can't see it, honestly. But that's nice.
I can dream.
Yeah, go ahead and dream. But that's the whole point of One Piece is dreaming.
Meh.
Okay. The next thing I would like to see in One Piece is Luffy walk the plank. And I know that this goes back to the more pirate stuff, but this is a whole thing on its own. The most famous thing pirates ever have done is take hostages that have rebelled, or even people that have rebelled from their own crew, and force them to walk this plank, which was just this board that stuck out of the side of the ship, and force them with their hand tied behind their back to jump off the water, or surrender into their demands, while they kind of try to shank him with swords. And that would be perfect for Luffy, because, one, he can't swim, they'd have to tie up both his legs, and somehow render him useless, probably sea prism stone. Then walking off the plank would be just scary for him because he can't swim in general, let alone if there were sharks in the water.
I've always thought about, like, during the time when Usopp and Luffy were having a bit of a spat, I thought, like, if the fight wasn't completely about the ship and they had an active ship, Usopp could have been pushed off the plank, but I don't know. I just thought about that.
Yeah.
And my next point is of something I would like to see is a decently length fight with Robin. I mean, she's had some like in group fights she occasionally does stuff, but like on a single like one-on-one or even just two-on-two, but those are pretty rare. But in just a one-on-one fight, she hasn't really done much. I mean, she had that one time in Skypia where she beat up the fat guy, but like not much
had like
beyond
5.
that. They're never that long, so I don't know. That's just me, maybe.
She's the only Straw Hat who hasn't had a good fight. Even Brook has had a pretty good fight, and he's the newest.
He had a decent fight, but Zorro took over for him, so.
That is true. That is true. But it was longer than Robin's.
But yeah, and he's new, so that's true.
Robin's been there since before they changed the commercial break logo, and that was a long time ago. She's in most of the movies. Think about that. And she still hasn't had a good fight.
Hooray. I haven't seen most of the movies. And by most of the movies, I mean all of the movies.
I've seen all the movies except that new one.
I think I should probably see that one that's supposed to be canon, but I don't know.
Movie 10, watch it. And anybody else who's watching this video, watch movie 10, because it is amazing. It's Luffy's last adventure as a 17-year-old, quoted by Oda.
Hooray!
Yeah. Okay. So, the next thing I would like to see in One Piece, I don't want to see anything in Luffy. The next thing I would like to see in One Piece is a high-tech island. Now, I know that during Whitebeard War Arc, Frankie gets to see a high-tech island of a very famous scientist that works for the Marines. But I want to see the whole crew go to a high-tech island and just be like, what is this? What's this? A toaster? What is this? A television? Or whatever technology Oda comes up with for that island. Because so far, all of the technology, not including anything Marines have, has been roughly 200 years behind us. Of course, there are some weird stuff like the dials and the flintlock revolver and stuff like that. There is some updated stuff, but for the most part, everything, including the architecture and stuff like that, has remained pretty average and not high tech. There's no skyscrapers in One Piece.
You put a pretty odd image in my head. Now I'm thinking about toaster televisions, where it's like you put the toast in the TV, and then you watch a program, and then the toast is done at the end of the program.
Well, imagine them going to the island and then leaving with a bunch of technology. Especially stuff Frankie and Usopp could play with. Imagine what Usopp could do with today's technology standards. Or Frankie. Frankie could probably build a TV if he knew how.
They could probably use some communicators to communicate from long distance. Like a cell phone. Like, oh, you're on this island? Okay.
But they have the snails, but
yeah, I know.
You need to feed those.
You need to port a snail.
But they have the baby transponder snails, but those don't get good reach. You have to be on the same island.
Yeah, they need to get blackberries. Okay, my next point, I'd like to see new forms with Chopper and the Rumble Ball. I mean, at first, it's like he normally has 3, and then otherwise he has like 8 with the Rumble Ball. But I'd like to see some more beyond that. Like, I know that they're going into some intense training sessions and stuff, so after that, I'm hoping that maybe he developed another Rumble Ball that gives him more, or maybe just his other, yeah, basically that, another Rumble Ball that gives him more transformations. I like Chopper, and I like seeing his fights, so it's just nice to see all the different forms, so seeing him have more forms would be pretty nifty. A lot of people are saying that they'd like to see him control his big Bizarro form, and that'd be cool too, but I'd like to see the new Rumble Ball.
A new Rumble Ball would be interesting, especially because most of the forms he has are supposed to be in between forms of his 3, thus making 7? Yeah, 7. And if he made a new one, it would multiply, because it could be like in between forms of those in between forms, or maybe something just completely different. The next thing I would like to see in One Piece is another island, but not a high-tech one, a retail island. Now, we know they exist. These are the kind of islands that there's legends about. They're one of a kind. Kind of like the high-tech one. But I mean stuff that seems like fairy tale to our cultural standards, like Elbath, which is fable backwards, which in the story is where the giants come from. Or I'd like to see where the dwarves are, because it mentions dwarves on the slave list at Sabudi Archipelago. And more islands like that, something you would see in Dungeons and Dragons or in the Grim, what are they called? The tale, like Red Riding Hood and stuff, all the nursery rhymes or whatever. Just an island like that that's just completely absurd. Of course, almost all of them are, but absurd to them, but we can see it coming because it's a fairy tale island.
Interesting. That would be interesting. Okay, you done with that one?
Yeah, that was a short one.
Okay. Another one is I'd like to see, for whatever reason, Zorro and Sanji are forced to swap, like, battle styles. Like, Zorro would have to, like, fight with his, like, feet, and Sanji would have to fight with, like, swords, because he's, like, entering a sword fight or something, and he can't use his not swords, so, yeah, I'd like to see how that would end up going. Be interesting.
That'd be cool if they were in a Davy back fight, and then Zorro was forced to do kickboxing, and then they label that as a test of strength, so he'd sign up for that, while they'd label the swords as a test of, I don't know, anything, whatever would make him think he could impress Nami, and then them having to, like you said, switch fighting styles. Sanji already did prove that he was nimble enough to use knives, so I could see him using 2 swords. I can't see him just picking up the throw and being, oh yeah, I'm going to be like Zorro, prove him at his own game. Alright. Or I've watched Zorro, it'd be cool if he was like, I've seen Zorro enough, I can imitate some of his moves. That would make Zorro mad, though. But then again, I know Zorro has the strength to pick himself up, so he can do all those cool kick flips that Sanji does. Not all of them, some of them. Okay. Next thing I would like to see in One Piece, if anyone has played the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, then they know how they kind of stay close to the Naruto storyline and that follow the Naruto storyline. I would like to see an RPG-style game that follows the One Piece as close as that, from beginning to... But the end hasn't come yet, so from beginning to however far it can get, which, with the amount of data space on a Blu-ray disc, that's pretty far.
Kind of RPG, like action RPG, or just like...
You ever played Kingdom Hearts? Oh, I know you have. You've played Kingdom Hearts, something like that.
I've played Kingdom Hearts. So
I
an
know.
action RPG.
Yeah, an action RPG.
Fighter ones. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I can't believe I asked if you played Kingdom Hearts. I feel dumb now.
Yes, I have a Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2, but I have not played Kingdom Hearts. No, of course not.
Okay.
I just jumped into the sequel without playing the first one. I've done that before, though, but only because I couldn't get the first one. But no, that's different.
But don't you think that would be a good game?
Yeah, that'd be pretty nifty. My next one is slightly invisible right now. Okay, I can see it. My next one would be a gravity-type island, where the island is basically based on gravity stuff, and like it'd be like weird, and you'd like switch you'd be like fighting upside down, and then the gravity could switch, and you'd be like on the walls. I don't know how they'd work it, but it'd be pretty nifty if I saw something like that.
Well, Blackbeard technically, Blackbeard does control gravity. That'd be cool if there was someone. Well, he controls a black hole, which in a gravity.
It's a lie.
But someone with a true gravity power could like switch where the gravity's tension is, so it'd be on another wall. Or have you ever seen that episode of Futurama where they're supposed to deliver pillows on an island that's got like 2 times gravity? Well, not 2 times. It's just a little heavier. And then rain feels like it's nails. That would be awesome if the Straw Hats were like way down. Like Luffy's hands are stretching to the ground on their own just because of the gravity.
Huh. That'd be weird.
So if you made the gravity a little heavier too, that'd be good. As opposed to Skypiea, where it was so light it was taking their breath away. It would be taking their breath away here too, but because it's so dense. Alright. The next thing I would like to see in One Piece is Craig and Kuro coming back in the story. We know what's happened to almost every single character in One Piece after the arc where they're in is over with, except for Craig and Kuro. As far as I know, Craig's dead, and Kuro's God knows where.
I don't think Krieg is dead. I mean, it seemed like, what was his subordinate's name? Gin, maybe? It seemed like he wanted...
It's Gin, or I pronounce it Gin when reading it, but I know it's supposed to be Gin.
Whatever. Yeah, I think they kind of did go back out. Maybe we'll see them, maybe we won't. A lot of people are saying if they're actually going to be any big threat, they need to get some devil powers, but I don't know. Kuro, it seems like he could just naturally improve, but... And you never know.
Kuro with the senses of the CP9.
I could also see, like, maybe, Krieg, Don Krieg, like, he could get, like, all robot, kind of like, what, Frankie is. Or at least make himself kind of like a robot.
He already was built, he already had, like, a ton of toys on him.
Super utility belt.
Like Batman. Yeah, Kuro and Craig coming back. Not only that, if they were to work together, I think they could just plow through the Grand Line. Because you'd have Kuro's cunning mind with Krieg's arsenal. Because Krieg had the arsenal, but he didn't have the brain power. And Kuro had a decent arsenal, but now they're all scared of him. Because he could kill them at any minute, and they know that. Of course, then again, that means Kuro could try and backstab Krieg, but Krieg could probably beat up Kuro. it would balance itself out, I'd hope. But we don't know what happened to him. We even know, I mean, I've heard a little bit about what happened to Yosaku and Johnny, but as far as I know, like, for sure, I don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know much about them. I mean, there are a lot of characters, so it makes sense if not everyone comes back, but yeah, I could see them maybe coming back somehow, possibly in the future.
Yeah.
So I believe it's your turn, or is it?
No,
No, it's my
turn.
turn. It's my turn. My turn, right. I'd like to see, like some of the Fishman karate stuff, or like more of that. And I know that their next destination is Fishman Island once they all get the gang back together. So we probably will see one, but I'd also like to see a Fishman join the Straw Hat crew. I know Jinbei was working with him a little, but he's not really part of the crew or anything. So I don't know. I think I'd like to see a Fishman join the crew. I know that there's already a lot of crew members already, but I just think it'd be a nice touch to the crew. I mean, they'd have, like, a lot of the members are already people who aren't good at swimming because they have the devil fruits. So if we got one who could that would be really good at swimming, then I think the Straw Hats would be a lot better off.
You know, that's actually a really good point. Not only that, someone that's great at swimming, someone that could probably be a great helmsman. Although Frankie does a decent job at that. They're pretty good at getting where they need to go. But, you know, that would also kind of make a statement for Luffy's crew, because, yes, they have Chopper and other strange people, but they don't seem racist to me. None of the Straw Hats seem racist. Nami was a little afraid of Fishman because of her past, but I think that might be a good way for her to get over it, if she has not already gotten over it. Not only that, but Frankie stands up for Fishman a lot, like he did in the CP9 when Spandam brought up something about, you know, of course we have to attack all the fishmen that get in our way first, or something like that. There was something. I was reading it in the manga this morning.
Yeah, I just think that, I think Nami's only really racist against the fish who have already wronged her in the past, and she's gotten over it for some of them probably, but, I don't know. I don't think she's racist against them at all. Just, you know, she doesn't like the ones that were evil and stuff.
Maybe we don't know that though. She was a little afraid to go to Fishman Island, but you know, Luffy wants to do it, and you can't say no to Luffy. It's just not in his dictionary.
Moving on.
All right. You know what I think the series needs to really do? They need to cut down on the devil fruits. Like it's overused nowadays. If you go back to the East Blue, how many devil fruits were there of that entire saga?
2? No. 3.
4 in the manga, 6 in the anime.
Okay, liar. What are you talking about? 4. Luffy, Buggy,
Luffy,
Smoker.
Buggy, what's his name?
Smoker?
And Alvida in the manga.
Alright, Alvida. I forgot that.
And then in the anime, add Sickle Fruit guy from the filler and the girl from the filler. I can't remember either of their names right now.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Filler. It's filler.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
I don't really care.
It's anime only.
I probably just completely forgot. But sure.
They need to cut down on devil fruits, because now 4 devil fruits, that's like an arc. That's not a saga anymore. That's an arc. At least 4 devil fruits. Because a devil fruit, no matter where they go, somewhere in the Grand Line, but that's fine.
Usually you can find
there needs to be more people. What?
Usually there's like one member on an enemy group that won't have a devil fruit. It seems like.
Yeah, and amongst the 11 supernovas, there's only 2 that don't.
Yeah, one of them's Zorro, so.
And one of them's Zorro. I can't even remember which one it is that doesn't have it. I'm trying to remember now. I remember I counted it one day, but I can't remember for the life of me who. Killer, I think it's Killer. Yeah, Killer.
Which one's that?
The one with the helmet and the rainbow blades.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
They need more people like that. More people that are just fierce. I mean, that's what I like about the CP9 until they got to Ina Sloppy, because then all of them were eating a devil fruit. Well, all of them had it. Rob Lucci had it. Of course, it was cool because the Marines were giving it to him, saying, "You are so awesome."
No, they didn't all have devil fruits. Not all of them had devil fruits.
No, not all of them did.
The one guy with crazy pink hair didn't have a devil fruit. The one guy with the zipper on him didn't have a devil fruit. Like the guy who opened up. No, he didn't open up, did he? The green fat guy didn't have a devil fruit.
I thought that guy was a fishman when I first saw him.
Oh, is he a fishman? Yeah.
He might be. He looks like a blowfish, in my opinion, without the spikes.
Kinda.
But,
And Spandam technically doesn't have a devil fruit. His sword has a devil fruit.
Yeah. That there needs to be more of that, too, but I think there is going to be. But, you know, they need to cut down on the devil fruits. Like Amazon Lily, when they were talking about how they gained the Gorgon's power from defeating it, I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And then, oh, it's a devil fruit. I was like, oh, of course. I was like, something different for once in the Calm Belt. Apparently the Calm Belt's different. No, the Calm Belt's the same.
Okay, next is my point. I would like to see devil fruits grow on trees. It'd just be interesting. I mean, I know they're so, like, supposed to be rare and mystical, but, like, if maybe when they get to, like, the last island of the Grand Line, there'd be, like, a devil fruit tree or something. There's somewhere on the Grand Line, there'd be a devil fruit tree, and it'd be, like, it'd just have all the types of devil fruit. Or maybe even, like, a tree that has multiple. It's like you can find 2 gum fruits. I doubt that would ever happen, but I don't know. It's just coincidence. It's just complete coincidence that no one has multiple powers. But yeah.
Well, it isn't a coincidence, actually.
Yeah, I know.
The devil fruit trees. There's one tree for each fruit. Each tree has a different fruit, of course. And they only sprout a fruit once every 50 years, or a fruit that has the power. After 50 years, the fruit it falls off the tree and the power is active.
What
and it only has
talking
one.
About? Where are you getting this from?
Where am I getting that from?
Yeah.
It's in. You can find it on. It's somewhere on One Piece Wiki. The one, and that's the site. I know it's a fan site, but it's also stated in. One of the chapters of One Piece that was before chapter one of the Romance Dawns that Oda did before.
Ah.
The actual one, it's stated by the fat guy on Shanks' crew.
Totally non-canon.
It's not canon, but there's evidence in the actual series that points towards it, like...
Well, just do your point.
Alright, I'll go to my next one. This is my final, what I'd like to see. And this is something I think a lot of fans miss, is the endings in One Piece.
I brought that up.
Yeah, in one of our earlier conversations.
Stole it from me.
Yeah, I'm a thief. I needed a thing. I couldn't think. But both me and Renegade agree that, like, and I think a lot of other fans agree, and this is just something that needs to be brought up, is the One Piece endings need to come back. They've extended the openings and just completely got rid of the endings. I think it has something to do with the time One Piece is on.
I have an idea why. They needed some filler, and they didn't want the episodes, like, they wanted the content in the actual episode to be shortened, so they made the openings longer. They kept the endings in, but later on they decided they wanted to, like, go back to the normal length of episode, but instead of making the opening shorter, they just took out the endings. So
it's cheaper too, though, because most endings run for less episodes than an opening does. So they can keep an opening running, and they can keep an ending running, so they don't have to go back and reanimate the ending. And of course, One Piece doesn't have this problem as much as a lot of animes, like Bleach, where the opening and the ending have better, quality than the show itself, for the most part. But now that there is no endings, they have more time to work with the actual content in the show, which that's nice. And I do agree that that is a pretty worthy cause. But what was nice about endings was you got relaxed for the end of the show. It set you in the mood. It was a good ending. It got you like, all right, show's over. Now it's just kind of abrupt. It's just kind of done.
Yeah. What I've always liked about the contrast with openings and ending is is when you start watching. It's like you see the opening. It's usually most, especially for like shonen anime, are all exciting and high spirited, and they're getting you in the mood. And then at the end, it's like you're just calming down from what just happened. And the ending usually like settles you down and stuff. That's what I liked about them.
Yeah, what I like about them too, though, is that like my MP3 has a ton of anime songs. I organize it real well, but that's besides the point. It introduced me to a lot of fun songs, and now there's less songs being introduced to me. So I'm not going to go, look up songs from Japanese artists, and I have friends that do that, but I just like shows that remind. I like songs that remind me of a show I was watching, and now there's less of that. So there's less songs in my MP3 now. You have one more.
I have one more.
Yeah.
I would like to see more music type fighters. I mean, I know we have Brook, who's got, well, he doesn't, and he's not even a music fighter really. He is a musician, but he doesn't fight using music. What I mean is, like, there's this one guy from the Supernova 11 who's kind of like fights using music, and I'd like to see some other people who fight like that with, like, maybe they use drums, or they attack like their attack is like a guitar. I don't know.
Anel used drums.
Interesting.
Anel used drums.
Anel?
Yeah, those things over his shoulder. He like pounded them, and then like
that doesn't count.
Of course, that was more of his power, but
yeah, he uses electricity and stuff, not music stuff.
Pounded the drums. He went boom, and then a dragon came out.
Those were thunder drums. They don't count.
Okay. So, but more people like Apu. Maybe not quite like Apu. All changing his body, but like you said, Brook can hypnotize people with music. He has. He made someone fall asleep. There's another hypnotist who uses music in one of the One Piece OVAs. No, isn't it an OVA? I don't know. It's a TV special. I know that.
You mean the OVA? I've always called it an OVA. I've never really called it an OVA, but okay.
I used to call it OVA too, but
because OVA does stand for something.
It does. It does.
Original something animation, I think.
Original video animation?
I don't know. It stands for something.
Okay. Alright. Now, as far, now, we probably should have talked about this earlier, but we're going to be doing this for this video and any other video. We're going to be, posting the same audio twice.
Gasp.
For whatever reasons. That way it's convenient for the viewer, so they don't have to switch between channels in case we got to split it in parts, or what have you. But at least I would like it if people were to comment, if not on his videos too, if he doesn't, he'll state so. But on mine, I would like it if they would tell me, or tell me what kind of thing would you like to see in One Piece, like this, like what we've been doing right here.
I just want to see comments on my video. I don't care what they are. When I see that comment box and it has a 1 or a 2 or a 10, I've never had it have a 10. That'd be cool. But it's just like, oh, cool. People care.
Yeah. Here, hold this. Instead of commenting on my video, on his.
No, comment on
Make it reach to 10.
Yes,
So,
new life goal.
Go ahead, watch mine. It's the same audio. Alright, this is Lord of the Flames 1000 signing out.
This is Renegade 67, and I still don't have an outro phrase. Bye.